Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of dividing whole numbers and unit fractions. This is standard 5.3L in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 29 off the 2017 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have Mrs. Olson. She's got 1/8 of an acre of land, and she's going to divide it. So I guess it's a clue right there as to what we're doing, division, into 6 equal parts. We always need equal parts when we're dealing with multiplication or division. So what size is each part? It makes sense that all of our answer choices are still going to be less than one whole, because we started with 1/8 of an acre. We're going to divide that into 6 smaller pieces. So let's see if we can visualize this a few different ways. First, let's look at a strip diagram just to make sure that we understand what we're doing here. So we've got 1/8 of an acre, and we're breaking it up, even this small unit fraction, into 6 smaller parts. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break up the 1/8 into 6 smaller parts. Well, one way that I think we can visualize that, and then we'll look at how we can do it without a picture. But let's draw a rectangle here. Let's divide this into eighths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into fourths, take each fourth, cut it in half, and I've got eighths. So I'm going to look at this section right here. And I'm not going to fill it in all the way. I'm just going to do these slanted lines so we can still see a little bit of work. There's my 1/8. So this is what she has right here. But what I need to do is I need to take this 1/8 and I need to break it up into 6 equal parts. So I'm going to break it up into thirds. Break my thirds and do half, and there we go. This right here, this is 1/6 of 1/8. That's the size that I'm looking for, 1/6 of 1/8. But what actually is that? Well, what I can do is I could do the same type of thing for each of my eighths here. I can divide each eighth into sixths, and then I could count how many parts I have. And that's a lot of little squares. Let me just tell you what I did is I had 8 parts. I just put 6's in each of them. So what that ends up being is 8 times 6, and I took one of them. So that's a fact. We know this is 48, so there are 48 total pieces. I took one of them. So that is going to be our answer, D. Now how can we do this without drawing a picture? Because what we did is we did 1/8, and we divided it by 6. Well, there's this really interesting thing we're going to learn more and more about in 6th grade and 7th grade called the reciprocal. Reciprocal. And it is a magical number, I think, because it lets you flip operations. So it's when you multiply a number and it's reciprocal and you get 1. So let's say if I wanted to multiply 2 and I wanted to get back to 1, well, I would cut 2 in half, because half of 2 is 1, and you get 2 over 2 equals 1. So you notice what I did is I just took 2, flipped it upside down, and I multiplied it by 1/2, and I get back to 1. So reciprocal is we're going to take this 6, we're going to flip it upside down. So it's going to become 1/6. But when you flip it upside down, you change this from a division into a multiplication. So multiplying by a whole number is the same as dividing by the reciprocal, and vice versa. And look what we get. 1 times 1. When we multiply fractions, we can go straight across. That's easy. 1 times 1 makes 1. 8 times 6 is 48. So once again, I take my 1/8 divided by 6. I just turn that into 1/8 times 1/6, because this is the same as this. My answer is D.